We're now going to go ahead and talk about how I use this app during a game. And I'm going to do two demos. The first is more of a manual demo, and the second is more automated. So I'm going to open up SubTime one more time. And just sort of backing up a couple of steps from the previous video, here's the team that I created, and I'm going to tap on the name of the team. And now I'm going to tap on Create Game. This is what you do every time you run a game. And like I said before, this is how I take attendance. I'm going to assume for simplicity's sake that everybody is here at this game, so leave everybody checked. Hit continue, and here we are. Now, in the previous video, I set the default of my play scheme to 1-2-4, meaning one goalkeeper, two defensive, four sort of midfields, and no attackers. That's really more of a personal style, but if you notice in the upper left-hand corner, there's 1-2-4. You can see that there. If I tap on that 1-2-4, I can actually change to a different scheme. So for example, 1-2-3-1, which would be more of a traditional striker with midfielders, etc. I'm going to tap on the 1-2-3-1 in the upper left-hand corner again, though, and I'm going to type in a custom one, which is one goalkeeper, two defenders, and four midfielders. Once I hit use, now it will readjust itself. Okay, at this point, I need to start filling people into positions. The manual way of doing this is by just taking people and dragging them into positions. So I can take them, tap on the names of people, and put them into the spots where I want them to start. We'll go ahead and start everybody in a position like this. And now I'm going to start the game. Just as easy as that. In the upper right-hand corner, there's a play button that we'll hit in just a moment. So there's also a save button in the upper right-hand corner. You can tap on that and save this layout or save this. But for me, I'm swapping people around every game, so it really doesn't matter as much. I'll go ahead and hit the play now. And this one, it says, right, you can only have a 40 minutes in this sort of uh, limited setup here. So we're not going to worry about that as much. I'm just going to hit continue for demonstration purposes. But again, that actually shouldn't be a problem. I think the reason for that is that I am currently set up at 1 hour right now. Let's not worry about it though. Let's go ahead and hit continue. And we are now starting the game, save the game plan. I'm going to hit yes. And now we are in the game. The game has started. So you hit that play button right when it's time to go. Now there's a couple of numbers that you're going to see on each of those dots. So the top is the number of minutes that the person has played total in the game. And the number at the bottom is the number of minutes that they have played at the position. It's slightly yellowish on my screen. So if I'm looking at Chris, he's got a 0 on top representing he's played 0 minutes, a 0 on the bottom representing he's played 0 minutes at this position. I'm going to go ahead and tap on the counting timer here, the 43 right now. And I'm just, for demonstration purposes, going to hit plus 5 minutes. This is a just game clock. Super easy to do, but I'm going to hit plus 5 minutes. That will now change it to 5:57, and I'm going to hit apply. And so now we've skipped ahead 6 minutes into the game, and you can see now that each of these players has played 6 minutes in their position, or 6 minutes total, the number on top, and 6 minutes in the current position down below. So for example, if I take Chris and I drag him down to Brian and swap them, that doesn't actually change anything because they're still out there playing. But if I take Gloria and drag them out here and swap them with Chris, you'll now notice that a couple of things happen. First off, Gloria is now set at 0, so 0 minutes played and 0 minutes at this position. Chris is now set down in the lower right-hand corner as the person sort of lowest on the priority for the bench, if that makes sense. So Isaac and Jenny have been sitting on the bench for 6 minutes and they haven't gotten any playtime at all. Now, one other thing to keep in mind, in the upper left-hand corner, you can see that it says 14 equal. That represents the total number of minutes of playtime that these players should get if all goes according to plan, right? If you do a perfectly equal substitution scheme, everyone's going to get about 14 minutes. So that's your target here. So I may have messed something up in my timing here because that seems like anyway, let's not stress about this too much. So the way that one way that you can do this is exactly like we're talking about here. Just do this manually. So I can tell that Isaac and Jenny are up next, and so I'll say, "All right, Isaac, go in for Brian. Tap, move Isaac and swap for Brian. Brian, come on out." Now you'll notice that Brian has more playtime, and so he is behind Chris. All right, Jenny, go in for Danny. Danny, come on out. And now Danny has got 8 minutes of playtime in the lower right-hand corner. And there we go, just as easy as that. So this is one way of doing this, and this is completely manual. It's just a way to, click and drag the bubbles around, basically. You can swap within the game as well. So if I take Frank and move Frank over to Abby, hey, Abby, go and be a midfield forward, and Frank go back to goalkeeper, etc. Um, so I'm going to go ahead and tap on the clock again, and I'm going to add another 5 minutes and apply. So now we've gotten out here, and Abby and Evan and Frank and Henry have gotten a lot of playtime. So I'm going to move Chris out here and swap with Abby. Doing a great job here. All right, and then Brian, go ahead and swap with Evan. And Danny, swap with Henry. There you go. So as you can see, Frank has already hit his target time in the upper left-hand corner of 14 minutes, right? So I play around with it a little bit. I feel like I maybe have screwed up my time periods here, but it's fine. Basically that number in the upper left-hand corner represents the number of minutes that each player should get, all things being equal. One other thing is the score in the upper part of the screen. Now, for you nines, this isn't as important. It's not to my team, but you can keep score. And so if you tap on the 0 on the left, I'll tap on that one. This is a goal, and I can say who did it, and I can say who assisted it, and I can add it. Notice that when you tap on that score in the upper part, it only has the people that are on the field right now. So Abby, Evan, and Henry aren't actually options here, if that makes sense. Now you can also tap on the opponent's side, the 0 currently right now, an opponent goal. This slider represents when you can actually, you can change the time when it happened. But we'll just say it happened right now. The opponent scored a goal. And so there you go. We'll go ahead and score one more goal. Say that Isaac did it, assisted by Danny, and add that right there. Okay. So again, this is how we do this, right? We're just manually swapping people in, and at a certain point, you're going to hit the half. So in the upper right-hand part of this, next to the pause button, there's a next. I'll hit next. And the first half, yes. So there you go. So it's now halftime. Great. And come back in, get the team back in here. Hey, everyone. Good job. Good job. Good job. And you can make your substitutions here at this point if you want. I'm going to send Abby in for Frank. Or Jenny and Brian are going to switch around. Danny and Chris are going to switch around. Right? You can do all of that good stuff. When you're ready to start the second half, you push the play button, and there you go. And we're off to the races. So I'm going to go ahead and tap the timer and add another 10 minutes and apply. And at this point, yeah, Evan, hey, buddy, get in there and replace Brian. Henry, go ahead and replace Danny. And Frank, replace Gloria. Notice also that there's a slight color gradation. as the people that have been out there get darker in terms of it's a darker blue. So that's kind of nice, just a nice little visual. So all right, Frank, get in there for Abby. And yeah, there. One other thing to keep in mind in the lower left-hand corner of the field, you've got sort of this box that's bisected. If I tap on that, you can change the direction of the field if that's easier for you to see. And then you can, sort of swap it around if you want. All right, now at the end of the game, you're going to hit the stop button. So I'll hit stop, end the game, or you can go to overtime as well. But for now, just for simplicity's sake, we'll say yes, or end the game. And now we'll be able to see the stats from the game. You can see that who got what number of minutes. You can see how many goals. If you tap on each of these columns, you can see the actual stats themselves. So if I tap on min there, it can sort ascending or descending. It's kind of fun, actually. If you want, you can tap on opponent and give them the name. Let's see, the Cheetos. So right, so you can put the name of the people here. You can also hit the share button in the upper right hand corner. You tap share, you can include substitutions and lineup and export it either as a CSV or as a message.